Hey everybody, I am back with another Monday Mr. Money Mustache Motivation episode number 3. Today's blog that I'm reading from is from his April 8th, 2011 Mr. Money Mustache's own story. Today's a good one, so I'm going to get right into it. What I want you to do is start thinking of real savings, not putting away $5 or $150 per month, but more like $5,000 per month. Not everyone can do that, but a middle-class American family with 2 teachers making $60K each per year, who are currently saving $0 and struggling to get by, they should be socking away $5,000 per month. Word. Here's my story so you can see how it's done. As a boy, I learned frugality by growing up in a family where my parents didn't buy much stuff. Instead of having stuff given to me, I had to get a paper route, trudging 6 days every week in the bleak Ontario, Canada weather for $30. After this experience, earning $4.15 an hour in a gas station with a partially heated booth was incredibly cushy and generous. Imagine then how amazing it was the next year to earn $6.50 an hour to work in a convenience store with not only windows and doors to protect you from the weather, but heat and air conditioning that allowed you to wear indoor clothing year-round. I was making $650 a month, going to high school, and by the end of a year, I had $5,000 in the bank. My point is that in the United States and other rich countries, you've got it good. Even if you work in Walmart, you make more money than I did. You get to walk around in a huge fancy store, and you can save almost everything you earn if you don't get ridiculous and waste it all. When I made $6.50 an hour, I knew it wasn't enough to afford a car or my own apartment at age 16. Well, it was enough, but only if I wanted to spend everything I earned, so I stayed at my parents' house. When I started making more, I was ready to up the lifestyle a bit, but not a huge amount. From here, the Triple M story goes on. I went to university, but picked the local one so I could live rent-free with family. I worked in the summers and found affordable ways to party, so I graduated with no debt. A decent professional job awaited at graduation, so I upped the ante to include my first used car and a house shared with many roommates. My rent was $270 a month. After a few raises and new jobs, I moved to the USA, doubled the salary, but kept the used car and the living with roommates situation. Finally, a 20% down payment had been saved for a house, so I made the jump to buy my first fixer-upper, sharing it and working on it with my future wife. At this point, we had it made. Double incomes, low mortgage. We let the good times roll a little bit, enjoying the same luxuries as our peers, doing plenty of international travel. But the difference was we were spending only about 25% of disposable income, while they were spending 90% because of additional expenses like auto loans, higher mortgages, and hidden stuff like clothes and restaurants. This meant saving a good $4,000 a month, which rapidly compounds and results in a net savings of $7,000 a month after a few years. Pretty soon, we were on a treadmill that was pushing us forwards instead of fighting one that was pulling us back. At this point, we could have bought a huge house or a small fleet of nice cars, but instead we spent the money on the ultimate luxury, quitting our jobs. For other people, a sailboat or starting a local charitable trust might be the luxury of choice. You get to choose your own reward. But it's all about not getting stupid when you can't yet afford it. Me. For example, when you're making $30,000 a year, you can't be out buying $7 martinis on the weekends and financing a $20,000 new car. Yeah, I also bought a new car. At this level, you are still in the cooking at home and riding your bike club, maybe a $3,000 used car if you can buy it in cash and if it's really necessary to get to work. So yeah, I love Mr. Money Mustache because he is no nonsense, takes no excuses, and accepts no crap. The thing that I like the most out of this blog post that I was reading from is the line, pretty soon, we were on a treadmill that was pushing us forwards instead of fighting one that pulled us back. If you're like me and you're still in debt and you're trying to get this debt gone, you know exactly how that treadmill feels pulling you back. You're running and running and running and working and working and working and paying bills, working some more, paying bills, working some more to try to get this debt gone. And it feels like such a struggle. But when you get to the point where you're actually debt-free, and you begin saving large chunks of money and using the compound interest to grow the money, it's like using the debt snowball and putting it on overdrive. Instead of trying to get rid of debt with, interest that is slowing up your journey, you're now growing wealth quickly with the compound interest instead of fighting the debt tooth and nail. So this is why it's so important once you get out of debt to not let the lifestyle creep happen too much. Budget Girl has said it before, frugality is a muscle, and the more you use it, then, the easier being frugal is. It just sort of becomes a part of your life. So once you're out of debt, for sure celebrate that milestone. Do something nice for yourself. Maybe up your discretionary spending slightly. Just don't go crazy with it. But once you're consumer debt free, this is the great opportunity that you have to keep the discipline that you have taught yourself to get out of debt, and instead use that extra money you now have to save, to start building your wealth. And you can reach financial independence. Mr. Money Mustache mentioned about the ultimate luxury for them was retiring early. And I know, most people in the FIRE community, and even people outside of the FIRE community are like, oh, I don't want to quit my job. I love my job. Well, you don't have to. You get to choose your own reward, is how Mr. Money Mustache worded it. And that's true. Once you have your debt gone and you reach financial independence, you can do whatever it is you want to do. And if that's continuing to work, then so be it. And if life ever happens and your job changes or work leaves you, they, fire you for some reason, or something about the job itself changes that you don't agree with, you now have the financial independence to decide to do what is best for you instead of having, debt that's holding you back, that's, requiring you to continue to go to work to pay the debt, or, you don't have enough savings to be able to look for another job. So if you're like me and you're currently still in debt, just remember to stay the course. All of the debt that I have, and probably all of the debt that you may have, didn't happen overnight. For most of us, it's the result of, say, student loans. I've got plenty of student loans, and that, for 4 years of schooling for me. So, it's going to take more than a month or two to get the debt gone. It's going to be a long journey. So use this journey as a learning opportunity to flex that frugality muscle and to build the discipline to stay the course and just keep plugging along and get the debt gone. And if you're currently debt-free, maybe reevaluate how much you're saving and versus how much you're able to save. I know, Dave Ramsey, he recommends saving 15% towards retirement. Well, Dave Ramsey has a lot of good advice, but he is not one that puts reaching financial independence in the spotlight. He's just a person that's trying to help people get their finances in order so that they can, achieve a comfortable retirement at the retirement age, which is, 65 and a half now. So, if you're only saving 15%, then okay, yeah, you should be in good shape at that retirement age. But maybe you would like to retire early, or you would just like to have the financial independence to choose what you want to do. Even if you don't retire early, maybe you would like to take a year off and travel the world while you're still young. Gonna have to save to be able to do that. So yeah, you know, if you're debt free and you're following the Dave Ramsey and saving 15%, great. Are you able to save some more though? You know, reevaluate things, take a look at it, and see if you can up that a little bit. You don't have to up it overnight. You know, I'm sure that if you decided to start saving 70% of your income all of a sudden, then yeah, you're probably going to feel that. But, you know, maybe just up it a few percentage points every couple months or so and slowly get that savings rate up there. I'll end this video with a quote from Albert Einstein about compound interest. If you've been in the financial community, then you've probably heard it before, but it bears repeating. It's a good one. Albert Einstein said that compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. And, you know, right now I'm on the paying it end of things myself. But slowly but surely, I'm getting myself out of this debt hole. And one of these days, I will start saving and building wealth quickly, hopefully. So that will do it for this Monday video. Tomorrow, I will have my October budget wrap-up, color with me, debt update video, and then Wednesday the 31st, happy Halloween, will be my no spend wrap up and also my November budget preview. So I'll line out some goals that I have for November, and it should be a good month in November because it's a 3 paycheck month for me. Woo-hoo. So stay tuned for those videos. If you like content like this, then feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. And thank you for taking the time to watch this. I will see all of y'all in the next video. Bye.